What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, golly, you guys, I am going to be going over stocks that you should buy if Joe Biden wins the election. Let's get it. Alright, y'all, this market is silly. There is so much going on right now. I mean, we got stimulus falling through the damn cracks from your girl Pelosi. We got, election around the damn corner. It's about a week away, so that's just uncertainty in the market in and of itself. We got tweets from God knows who just changing the direction of the whole dang SPY like this. It's just been a wild ride so far. You know what? Honestly, it's actually kind of entertaining. I mean, as a long-term investor, we don't really care about the fluctuations day to day, week to week. Even honestly, year to year, we're holding it for the long term, so it don't really matter. But policies do matter, you guys. And so with that being said, I am going to do my absolute freaking best to stay neutral, okay, and not make this political, not go over what I think, who I'm voting for, who I think is the better choice, none of that. But I do want to give about 3 stocks that I would buy if, God help us, Joe Biden wins this election. And yes, I will be doing a video if good old Donnie stays in the White House of what stocks you should buy if he does get reelected. But today is about Joe. So make sure you are subscribed if you are not already. You can hit the NB in the bottom corner or that red subscribe button, that beautiful little thing underneath the video, and join the crew, join the journey. I do post 2 videos a week on this channel all about money, investing, stocks, finance, side hustles. I like to just make money and have a good ass time, entertain and educate you along the way, and just take you along the journey of investing for something bigger than myself. So if you're into that, please consider subscribing. But today is all about Joe Biden, so let's get into these stocks. Okay, y'all, so to be honest, it's been a little difficult to kind of pick which stocks I would really grab. I know the sectors that I would grab if Joe won pretty well, but to be honest with you, I'm not too sure Joe knows exactly where he falls with his policies and his sectors and his selections. But based off, what I've gathered, I'm gonna go ahead and say these 3 are going to be some strong candidates, and they are from 3 different industries. So let's just get into the first one, y'all. This is going to be NextEra Energy. They're currently trading around $303-ish, 5 years. I mean, look at this insane growth that they've had over the last year, 5 years. It's just been nutty. So some basic stats here. If we scroll down, yes, I'm still on the Robinhood interface. I just feel like it's easier for you guys to read. So you can see here they have a 1.8% dividend. This is the only stock out of the 3 that do pay a dividend. So hey, there you go. And that PE ratio is sitting a little high, around 40 for a dividend. That's a little bit high for me. And I will say, you guys, like, these 3 stocks are not normally something I would grab, but if a Biden presidency took hold, these could be winners. So NextEra could be one to put on your watch list. Now, you guys, this company is an energy company, okay? That's what it is. It's clean energy. And to be honest with you, Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden wrote up a 110-page document about renewable energy, and the word clean energy came up 63 times in this document. Basically a word a page, a word every other page. So it's definitely on his brain. It's on his mind. And even though this company has run up almost 200% in the last 5 years, I sincerely think if Joe Biden becomes president, it could get higher. But I will say it may have that already priced into its stock price, so that's something to be a little careful about, especially with a PE of almost 40. You guys know how I feel about that, but I do think over the course of the 4 years of Biden, it could just continue to grow. Make sense or not, I think it just could. And basically just off Biden's stance on the whole, like, clean energy, renewable energy, transitioning away from oil, banning fracking, all of that kind of stuff. It's just setting this up to be a very hot stock to watch in my eyes. So outside of just kind of that situation, there are 2 things that kind of intrigue me about this stock in general. One, honestly, the fact that it is a dividend paying stock. Any stock that pays a dividend is a little bit more comforting because at least I know I'm gonna get some sort of money throughout the year from them regardless. Obviously, that is not a guarantee, but this company in and of itself has some pretty decent history. It's paid and growth this dividend at least for the last 10 years, and the payout ratio is about a 67%, which over 60 I shy away from, but it is what it is. That's not the worst thing in the world. And there have been some forecasted projections that payout ratio falls to 63% by the year 2023. So that's pretty promising, and that doesn't make me really freak out about the 67 number. Although, you never know what's gonna go on. You never know what's gonna happen out here. And the second reason I actually really like this, to be honest, besides the whole Biden win idea, is just the fact that it is that electric company, that clean energy energy situation. I don't think it's a secret as a whole, as a globe, at least as the United States, we are making advances into more clean energy sufficient ran things like Tesla, for example, with the car, just dominating car industry right now. Well, sort of, kind of. I have my own take on Tesla. If you want to know my take on Tesla, just leave a comment down below and I'll make a little video about what I think about Tesla. But just the whole concept of the way it's going with companies like Tesla, NIO, Workhorse, just that whole kind of fleet, see what I did there, of companies, you guys. I just think in the next 20 to 40 years, it's going to be a norm. I think it's going to be a baseline for us. And I think no matter who's in the White House in the next 4, 8, 10, 20 years, I think we are slowly making this move towards a very heavily electric-based energy source. So there is that. I do still believe in oils, obviously, and natural gas and stuff like that. I hold them in my portfolio. I don't think we are anywhere near having that just gone at all whatsoever. But I do think long ass term, maybe shoot, even years after I'm dead, clean energy and electric is going to try to be the norm. Putting something like this in your portfolio could reap pretty well for the long haul. Go ahead and move on to the next stock. All right, y'all, so this is about to make you feel great, okay? You're gonna feel loose, you're gonna feel chilled. Actually, I have no idea. I have never ever participated in this in my entire life, but you already know it's that ganja, it's that Mary J, that chronic, that dank, that reefer. I mean, I don't even know how many names there are. I had to Google some of those. But you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about cannabis. And if you know, I do not invest in things I do not understand. And this is definitely something I do not understand. I get it, but I don't understand it. So it was never something that was on my radar, but with Joe, with Kamala, what's her name? Is it Kamala? Kamala? Is it Kamala? Oh my God, I don't know. But if they take over the house, I feel like they ain't gonna take over the world, okay? I feel like this is about to pop. I feel like this is gonna go. It's gonna grow, baby. Hey. See what I did there? But that company, you guys, is going to be Canopy Growth. Let me tell you, they've been smacked around. They've been beat the hell down. 36%, 5 years. Obviously, they're pretty fresh to the public market, so, you know, whatever, we'll see. But if we scroll down here, there's really not much going on here. Nobody knows too much about this. Nobody really says to buy it either, and I'll go into why I'm picking this one specifically. Honestly, you guys, the first reason is just because I've heard it more than any other name. And you guys, that goes a long way. Brand recognition is an obvious real thing, and I have definitely heard this stock talked about more than almost any. 2, if the Biden administration legalizes marijuana, okay, around the country, it has plans to acquire Acreage Holdings, which is going to give it access to the largest cannabis market in the industry, in the damn world, really. And a third reason why I really like Canopy Growth over others, to be honest, even though you could probably get away with any other cannabis stock, which I don't really know of any. Really not something I've looked into, but there is a dividend stock that I really like. I've mentioned it in a prior video before that I will link down in the first comment if you want to check that out after you watch this one, obviously. But Constellation Brands, okay, the alcohol beverage company, owns a part of Canopy Growth. So if legalized, I would think that Constellation would want to increase their ownership size. And with a solid brand like Constellation and the history that Constellation has, I think that's a safe, secure move for an investor looking to get into cannabis because of the backing of an ownership piece of a company like Constellation that has a ton of world-known liquors, spirits, beers, wines, the whole shebang. But I think that would breed some more comfort to maybe attract more investors into buying the stock, which could raise the stock price. And I think they have deals with like Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart, and if you got those two on your side, you know, there's nothing against you. So all in all, I do think that cannabis, and specifically Canopy Growth, could pop in a Biden administration. Let's go ahead and get into this third stock that I think is just solid regardless, but definitely under Biden. The last one is in healthcare. It's a healthcare sector stock, and that is going to be Teladoc Health. You guys, they're a little expensive here at $212. In the last 5 years, they are, I mean, 1,050%. What is going on? The last year is 202%. That's just craziness. That's honestly craziness. Obviously, I believe that there's a very specific reason why, but let's go ahead and pull up some data here. Not much like usual here with this kind of a stock, but 62% of people do say to buy it, so I guess, you know, some professionals are saying that as well. But I do like this really solely, honestly, for one big reason, and that reason is the fact that Joe really wants to make affordable healthcare for all, okay? But Teladoc is very specific and special because this is a technology-based medical company, okay? This is technology-driven, meaning virtual, okay? They've done an insane amount of virtual appointments with doctors and really matching people up with doctors at a great price that they can take advantage of virtually, which in this day and age, I mean, hello, that's why I think that number is so significant on the chart and why it's grown so much, and that's kind of my take on that. I mean, this is actually a pretty cool thing regardless, because if you think of places like rural America, that's really hard to freaking say. I just want you to know that. It's hard for people to get to the doctors, and so when you have a virtual healthcare service, and you know, now with Hans, Verizon, and that 5G popping, who knows, it might be nationwide, but these people can get doctor's appointments. They can be seen virtually, and I think that, obviously, I'm not gonna like jibber jabber about it too much, but with COVID going around, we all know that we have taken serious advantage of the online ecosystem and economy, and I am kind of here for that. Although, to be honest, I mean, you can only do so much on a virtual doctor's appointment, I feel like how does that exactly work? But you know, it's a start. It's a starting point. And one thing Teladoc could have in its favor to continue that growth if Joe Biden is elected is the fact that Joe Biden would consider shutting down the economy again, which all in all, I think Teladoc is a winner if Joe is in the White House. Alright guys, so it is that time in the video where I need you to comment below what you would buy if Biden were to win the election. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments below if it is different from this, because you know, we all need to be educated here. We don't know what's going to happen on November 3rd. I feel like I know, but you know, we can only hope. And like I've already mentioned, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please hit the red subscribe button, join the crew. We would love to have you. If you made it this far, if you like this video, could you please give it a thumbs up, because you already know it helps the algorithm. Like, this is not a secret, okay? We already know this, so it would mean the world to me if you could just help me out with growing this channel by hitting that thumbs up button, leaving a comment. And you guys, you already know, if you are this far, you are the real MVP. Come here, you know I love you. And like always, you guys, enjoy the journey, whatever your journey is, and always remember to do what sets your hearts on fire, and I will catch y'all. I better see y'all in my next video. Bye guys.